Welcome to Projects from the Bottom Drawer. My name is Brian, and you can find us at wearboard.com/projects or bottomdrawerprojects.com. So, what I've got on the bench tonight is a little different than what I normally have. This is a Zenith radio that I have been trying to get the volume control knob to release for quite some time. This was a purchase from Findlay 2025, I believe. So yeah, last year, and it was really cheap. It was $5. I couldn't pass it up. The case is in, I would call that, adequate and probably better than you would expect for the age. I mean, and the back is there. Other than a small tear over here, it's in really good shape too. And this kind of looks like it might have been done in transit, which kind of sucks. But I can't do anything about things before I get them. Uh, so let's see. Taking a look at the chassis, let me move everybody out here. The top, yeah, not bad. I mean, the cabinet is in acceptable and restorable shape. As you get a view of my bench. So this is kind of going to be just we'll go over, we'll talk about the radio a little bit, what I see, and eventually this will wind up on the bench as a partial restoration project. I believe this is a Zenith 6D029. Don't quote me on that. I have posted a little bit about this on Projects from the Bottom Drawer, and you may actually see the finish of this by the time this video gets posted, because I'm lagging quite a bit in videos right now. There's quite a few in front of this one. So it's an interesting device. It is a 3-stage, so it's a tuned RF. It's a 6-tube unit, and you can definitely tell that it's probably right after the war. There's 3 loctals and 3 octals. Now the loctals are all branded Sylvania. They have the RCA octagon on top of them, so that's kind of interesting. The only tube that's still branded Zenith in this is this guy here, which is, yeah, so this thing's seen a lot of enjoyment, a lot of hours over the years. Power cord is missing. It was there when I received the unit, but it was all copper at that point. This is the last little bit of rubber that actually is rubber. The rest was just, mint condition, of course, as long as you don't want any insulation on it. Both of the bulbs are present. And I haven't checked anything like the output transformer yet to make sure that it has continuity. The IF cans, of course, are the good ones with the adjusts on the top and not those automatic ones that seem to be going bad these days. So let's turn it around. It's kind of neat. The tuning dial, of course, rides right here in the center of the speaker. Has a nice big brass pointer that flies across the dial. And that's one of the things that told me, yeah, you should get this, just the way the face looks. Needs a little cleanup. Hopefully we can get some of this crud off of the dial paper without destroying it too much. Here's the offender that wouldn't come off. This guy right there. I had to wrap a wire around that and just yank and yank and yank to get that thing to come off. And I don't understand why, because there doesn't appear to be any kind of corrosion or anything locking it on. I guess it's just the brass knob or the brass shaft just didn't want to release its prise. But it still seems to be okay. The switch still seems to be firm, so hopefully I didn't do any damage there inside. So let's move a little closer here and turn this thing up on its side. And I think we need a little more light here. Yeah, let me get my fingers out of the frame there, goofball. So let's see. It's got two coils down there. That's interesting. I'm going to have to pull the schematic on that. Let's zoom in a little here. We got a nice solar capacitor there. That guy has definitely been replaced. I can see the shiny solder underneath of it. And that dog bone is completely different than the rest of them. Moving down. Let's see, let's get some more light in here. Yeah, that one's kind of popped its end. Not that we would keep it anyway. There's a nice Aerovox. A brown sugar and caramel coated one. Delicious. Let's see, and a couple more solar sealed tights. They both look like they've probably seen the end of their life. Let's see, and what do we have here? Is this some delicious asbestos? My favorite. And I see some, hopefully, micas and stuff in there. Who knows? But that capacitor and this one really appear to be the only ones that have been replaced in this. So this thing was probably in use, up to the 60s at least. I mean, that looks like a 1960s style capacitor. There's a chance it might be good. There's probably a good chance that it isn't. Who knows? So what I am planning on doing with this guy, and let's come back out here. I'm just gonna, do a general, let's pull the capacitors out because they all need replaced regardless of what kind of condition that we think they're in. We'll check them on the Olson capacitor analyzer, see what kind of leakage they got. And replace them and see if we can make this thing sing again. Of course, there's nothing really on AM here to listen to, so it'll just be another shelf queen. So thank you for joining me for this quick look at this nice Zenith radio. It's very attractive in its design. And you will find this device and many others at Projects from the Bottom Drawer. And you can find that at wearable.com/projects.